Today, we're going to be talking about water reflections. Let's get on it. On this painting here, you can see you've got all this sunrise or sunset coming up in the back. What you need to understand about water reflections is if it's above the water, it needs to show in the water. So we have all of these reflections of this part in here. And we try to get it, to be relatively close to the size, but on water, it can kind of spread out. Even though it's not that high here, it went way out over here. It even reflected on some of the weeds and things like that in here. So if you're blue sky, dark blue sky, then your water has to reflect that. It has to have the sky color in it as well. Even if the water itself is like a river and it's brown, there's going to be blue tones in it because of the sky. Now this has a lot of purple in it. There's purple up in here, and it's coming down into all of this. And this is lighting it up. and you have one really bright light there, and these trees are kind of covering that up, but you can see it come that way and highlight that one particular area. That puts the sparkle in the water. Now over here, you're going to see a few, this is like where the waves are kind of lapping, and you would see a lighter color. And so that's what those are. And so here we have some clouds. We're trying to show that what's up here is in here, but it's not like a mirror because it's water. Water's moving. And now sometimes it'll just be as slick and calm as possible, but then other times it's churning and moving a lot. And so you have to give that some consideration. This water is moving, but it's not like splashing and all of that. So I think we have a pretty good representation there. Let's look at another one. This is a mountain scene that is near my son in Utah. It's Cache Valley. Okay, so the mountains are back here. We've got some clouds in the sky. We've got some blue. Okay, so we have to show those mountains in the water. Now, it's not going to be the same because the water, again, is moving. Even though this is not moving like an ocean moves, it's still moving. So we've got some water where you can see the movement over top of it there. Again, the water is blue. It's got a lot of shades of blue in it. And if something above the water is light colored, it's going to be darker in the water. Let's say you had a lake in Florida and a white egret is flying over that. The egret itself is going to be very light, but the reflection of it will be somewhat darker. And so if it's a dark thing, it's somewhat lighter in the water. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a scientific reason, but boom, that's what it is. Hey, if this is helping you in any way, I would so appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and go in the link if you're interested and get signed up for my newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter. It's a one-page newsletter. It's all about art, about creating art, viewing art, and following artists. On with the next painting. This is a really fun paint because there's a lot going on back here. We've got a creek. Creeks are usually got some movement in them. We've got all this light back in here, and so that light is going to reflect in the water. We've got this tree trunk going this way, so we've got this one coming here. This here is reflection of this. So even though this water might not be this color. It's the color of what's reflecting. And there's so much above it that there's going to be all this color in this water. This is a ocean scene, and what you don't often notice but is there are the reflections of like the rocks. The water is darker in here. Right here is the reflection of this rock, and right here is the reflection of that rock. And so once I pointed it out, hopefully you saw it. And our final example is another, I'm assuming this is an ocean scene. This is really fun because I love painting these big moons or suns or whatever you think it is. And as the sunrise goes, the color shifts and changes all the way up. And so in the water, you're going to see the same color as what's up in here. You're going to see this is going to change all of these colors in here, and it's going to come right down into here. That's the brightest part right there. And all of these other reflections are in here. And so you have to remember, if it's above the water, it has to be seen in the water. And if it is a light colored thing above the water, it's going to be somewhat darker as a reflection. And if the item is dark, it's going to be somewhat lighter as the reflection. Hopefully this helps. If you'd like to see any more of my art, I will put a link in the description for you to go there. Have a great day. I can't wait to be painting with you very soon.